And so we're on pay pretty soon. Whoops. Okay, sorry. Pretty soon, we will have like a time where we can get together and like meet each other, because I know there are a few new faces on this team and some that aren't even on yet. So we'll do that soon. But tonight, I wanted to talk about our annual retreat, our annual event that we have in Beachbody called Summit. And Sarah was there. Shout out, Sarah. And we stayed in an Airbnb together, and it was really fun. The Airbnb was so cute. And I'll have Sarah share a little bit here in a second too, when I get to the slides. So I'm going to share my screen with you all. Don't judge me for all the tabs I have open and all the updates I need to do. So I'm going to expand this, and I'll just share these slides. So today we're going to talk about casting a vision, but the first thing I want to do is talk about Summit, because from Summit, then we had all sorts of things that helped me to think about the vision. So there's a few things I have on here that I'll share. So I look at Summit as two different things that happen in these few days that we're there. There's the aspect of team bonding, which is like all of us getting to know each other better and seeing each other in real life in 3D. It's so fun. I'll never forget my first Summit, because I had been just knowing Courtney only virtually for I don't know, a year or almost a year. And then seeing her in real life, I was just wowed and blown away by just hugging everyone. There's something so different about just being together in person. So for the team bonding aspects, we do a photo shoot, which is really fun. I'm hoping next year that our team will be so big, we'll just basically have our own. We did do our own little mini photo shoots at the Airbnb, which were so cute. It's so fun. And we do some shopping together. There's this thing called the Core. So at Beachbody Summit, you can go into this place where they sell all this apparel, anything you could buy through Beachbody, basically, like any of the supplements, except Shakeology. That's one thing they don't have there. But anything else they have there. So you can buy it at discount, and you obviously then are saving on shipping. So that's really nice. You go shopping to the Core, try things on, and in the Core they also have some of the trainers. So Autumn Calabrese was there one day, Jericho was there one day, Joel Freeman was there one day, and so there are photo opportunities and stuff, which is really fun. And seeing them in real life is we all got a picture with Joel Freeman, which was fun. We sit together at the ceremonies so that we're learning side by side. We recap our learning. We talk I just asked the girls each day, what was your biggest takeaway today? And for Lindsay, who I don't think she's on, but I don't know who that phone number is, she was just fangirling about Rachel Hollis, which I'll talk about in a minute. And then we do meals and dinners together. As the team grows, it might just be 1 or 2 meals or dinners together, but it's really a nice way to get to know each other and see each other, and just I don't know, there's something special about that fellowship. And then recognition is just for example, with Sarah, she's held her Emerald rank for a long time, which allowed our entire team to hold its rank. And so I got to recognize her by just giving her an extra special little gift in her gift bag, for saying just thank you for being here and showing up the way that you do. And so then the other side of Summit, so I'm talking about this just a little bit. Hey, Liz. It's you. Okay, sorry.
Just run. I actually went running.
Woo! Sarah and I rubbed off on you, didn't we? Which is so fun, because Annie has that goal too, I know, of starting to run more. So for personal and professional growth, we have the ceremonies where they do, you guys, they do it big. It is a production, and they infuse a lot of humor. One of the leaders in Beachbody that works at corporate, he's just hilarious. His name is Michael Neiman, and he is just such a goofball. So it's not all just wah wah, I'm here learning. There's some funny elements and stuff to it. And they really do bring in high quality people. So for example, one of the guest speakers was Lindsay, Rachel Hollis, which Lindsay was more excited, I think, than any of us about, although she's great. But Rachel Hollis was amazing. I'll share with you a little bit about that eventually. We did workshops, so like people who are who are coach to emerald rank, you go to certain workshops. Then if you're diamond and 1 star, you go to some, and then so on and so forth. And if you're new, don't worry about what those ranks mean yet. We'll talk about that plenty. I'm just gonna mute. I'm gonna hit mute on everyone's things quick. Okay, so and then we'll unmute in a second. So then, yeah, there are workshops where you learn like very specifically, strategically things that will help you grow your business and help more people. Then we do goal setting, and there's post-summit planning, which was talked about on the National Wake Up Call today. And just so you know, if you're a podcast listener, you can download the Team Beachbody podcast. And every Monday there's one uploaded, so you can get some special training and learning every Monday. And that's just such a fun way to be able to get that learning. It's called Team Beachbody Podcast, if you're taking notes. Okay, so I am just giving a few quick things from Summit, but just so everyone here knows, if you follow the Facebook page called Team Beachbody Coach 411, they always have all the announcements. Like, you're going to learn it faster there than anything else on that page whenever we have promotions or different things going on, and all of the Summit stuff was uploaded on that page. You can also go and log into your Coach Online Office, which is your website, and you can find it. There's like a news section on your website, and it'll tell you all that stuff. But just for a few things, if you didn't hear already, Summit 2020 is in New Orleans, NOLA. We're going back there. We were there not last year, the year before. It was really cool, really fun, and I'm most stoked because there's so much culture and so much color and so much beauty that I think we're going to have like the best photo shoot ever. So I'm going to be scouting out some places down there. I know, Ashley, you said that you have a friend who lives there or something. Maybe she can give us some ideas. So I'd love to see you guys there. I know if you're just like a brand new coach investing in that, and it's like a year from now, it might sound really overwhelming, but the price is like super low. And one way that I look at Summit is every single CEO or business person in the entire world, if they want a successful business, invest in something to make sure that they are at their best for their business. Like my husband's company, for example, they fly people in from all over the country to come to this town, Winona, to do like trainings and learning and stuff. That's one way they're like investing, or their company's investing in people learning. So it's $125 for the ticket, and that gets you all of the training. It gets you all the stuff that I talked about and more. And that's super cheap. It's like $100 off right now. So if you can commit to that, one thing that I've always learned in this business is if you can commit to something 1 year from now, that means that no matter what comes your way in the next year, you've already committed to being the best coach you can be and sticking with it. And there's a certain mindset that clicks about that I really like. And it's something that I think kept me in the game when I had hard times come up in my life too. You also should have gotten an email, let me know if you didn't, with $10 off codes that expire at the end of this month. And that is for you to have this confidence to, like, as you're talking to people about joining, you know, our challenge group or Morning Meltdown 100 or just having a challenge pack, you can automatically say, and guess what? I have an extra $10 off code for you. Because right now, for example, like with the Morning Meltdown 100 packages, it's already like $20 off. It's already like went from 180 to 160 during this promotional period. So now they can get it for 150, which, I mean, if you guys know, like, it's such a steal. Like, we pay $86 a month for a YMCA membership. And just think about that. In 2 months, I'm already spending more just for my husband and I to have access to go somewhere that, let's be honest, we never go. And like, they're getting a whole year of workouts plus a month of nutrition in Shakeology, plus all the meal plans they could ever ask for. Just think about it from that way. And this is more for like the new people. I know the rest of us know this, but just frame it that way in your mind. What a good deal that is for what they're getting. And then the other thing that is like more like, these are the things I think are important right now. There were like 100 announcements, but collagen for your people, you know, that use collagen because it's such a popular thing right now. That's now available for purchase through Beachbody, like today, like now. You could hook people up with that. It's a very competitive price. We looked into it while we were there. So it's not even going to be like something that's like super expensive. It's like, hey, you're my friend and you get collagen from like GNC. How about you get it from me instead? So make sure you let people know. And then Sarah and Lindsay, you can unmute yourselves. And if you have anything else that you think is important from the summit announcements, I know I'm probably missed some things. Go ahead and share.
I know one big thing is today the apparel line launched.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's already all up and available, and it's similar. I think the commission is slightly less. It's 20% commission as opposed to 25, but it's on there and people like clothes.
Yes. And they're so cute. Like Sarah and I were like, we were both like, we are getting that flower sports bra thing.
Flower sports bra. It's so cute.
It's really
For sure.
yeah. I love it. Because we get 20% off, we get 20% commission. So that's awesome. Thank you for that. Anything else I missed? Or anything else you want to talk about?
I mean, there's more stuff, but it's like coming later. It's like the new trainer or like the holiday Shakeologies and that stuff. But and the vegan beach bar. That's pretty exciting.
Yes, pumpkin spice latte, that's coming up in the fall. So yeah, we will, as we have more team calls, we'll announce as those things are coming out. But there are so many amazing things coming through that for us, like as coaches, it's just like we can help people with so many different ways. I just love that we keep expanding. Also, we're going to be in France. Like right now, we're Canada, United States, United Kingdom, and our next country that we'll be in 2020 is France. So super excited about that. Okay, so this is where for me personally, I just took a minute to talk about like our mission, vision, and just understanding who we are and what we strive toward, and then where we're going and where we're headed and how we're going to do that. So our whole team mission, that's all of Team Beachbody. Like Team Beachbody's mission is to help people achieve their goals and live healthy, fulfilling lives. So get used to that because it's everywhere. Like when we were at Summit, I think I heard it probably like 15, 20, 30 times. I don't know. I heard it every day, at least a few times. And I love that. Like, I think we don't need to add anything to that. But if we talk about like the heart of Team Set Free, which is our team, I just put in here like a little blurb, like adding to this. We're in a mission to empower people to understand their God-given beauty and talents they've been given, and help them, sorry, this is in the way, to help them develop habits that will set them free from self-doubt, shame, and poor body and self-image. And that's just because I know that like for us, a lot of us, and I would even venture to say all of us on here have had problems in the past with either shame or poor body image or poor confidence, just struggles in life to really understand how awesome we are. And so because we are set free from that and we're becoming more and more set free every day, of course, the journey's never perfect. We have that heart within us to use health and fitness to help people understand that, because we all know here on this call just how empowering fitness is and how empowering it is also to make good food choices and to know not to beat yourself up when it's a holiday and like things like that. We want to bring more people into that vibe. And so that goes into like our vision of we want all people to feel loved, empowered, inspired toward their very best, most healthy lives, mind, body, and spirit, because I think all of that is important. We can't neglect any part of that. Feel free to ever like add to that if you want to. I thought I saw a chat, but I don't know where it went. And then leading into this, I apologize. I normally don't go this fast because we normally have more time. But I do want to make sure for those of you who did budget the time to get on call with Courtney, that you can have the time to be on there as well. So, all right, what's our future? And this is where like all the way home, we had like 8 hours in the car yesterday. And I was just like, I was talking this over with Ben, my husband. For those of you who don't know, his name is Ben. I was talking this over with him. I was like, writing it down. I was daydreaming about it. I've literally been dreaming about it, and it makes me so excited. We have a culture of excellence. And so that's where every coach does his or her best to help as many people as possible. inspire with your posts, and empower through your boot camps. So I'll say this, that when I reflect on myself, one thing that I've really struggled with was I didn't want to make anyone feel like I was like selling to them, right? And I think that's the icky part for all of us, is like we can feel like we're selling, even though we know it's amazing, and no one can argue that fitness and health and nutrition are like bad things to go for. There could be that like disconnect. What I started to understand is people would say to me all the time, I'm so inspired by your posts, but then they would continue in like self-loathing or reach out to me with different struggles they were having with eating disorders or self-image. And I was like, I can't empower them necessarily just through social media posts. What I found was when they trusted me and like invested that way with a challenge pack, then I was able, because I had to give my time and attention to the people who like paid me, right? And were under me as a client. So I found that empowering people through boot camps is where the magic happens. I love inspiring people through my posts. That's wonderful, but that's not where the empowerment piece comes in. So therefore, we are not afraid to invite and suggest solutions that others are looking for, whether that's like for my dad and for my mom. I was like, both of them I knew needed to be on Shakeology. Like I just knew it because I knew there were holes in their nutrition. They're both aging. They needed something to help them. And so instead of being afraid to be like, hey dad, or whatever, maybe it's your friend, I don't know, like, why don't you try this for a little bit? See if it helps your digestion. Mom, why don't you try this for a little bit? See if it helps curb your cravings. Then I wasn't afraid anymore because I knew that's where the empowerment piece started. So I could be checking in with them about something tangible. The other thing is, I want to have like a culture of team growth. And that means that we aren't staying stagnant. And that's been a struggle of mine, for example, in the past, was just being stagnant and being like, well, Ruby, Emerald is good. Ruby's good. Diamond's good. And I just don't see, what I feel like God has called our team to do. I don't see that being unsettling. And I have verses around me that are really just talking about like whatever we have, we give back to God and we allow him to grow that. And if I'm saying I'm being faithful, I'm doing what, for example, this says, this is the business activity tracker. I'm doing what this says because this is the job you gave me. And I'm not going to bed until these things are checked off because this is the job you gave me. And if I do this with excellence, Lord, I'm trusting you to grow that if that's your will. And I do believe it's his will to have his kingdom grow through us. And that's just, I'm a Christian. That's how I view the world. And that's how I function. So that's how I look at it. So if our team is growing, that means more people like us are joining. So that someday soon, this team call, and I know everyone's schedules are different, and that's why some people aren't on, but this team call will be so full that it will fill our entire computer screens. That's what I envision. And so one thing I want to change, because I don't think I have communicated this well, that Diamond is actually easy if you understand how to do it and what it takes to get there. And what I learned from people at Summit was that it's definitely achievable in 60 days or less. And all you really need is someone to closely mentor you toward that goal. And that's something that I didn't have at first either, because Courtney and I were both like learning the business together, and like maybe a little like self-driven or thinking we were. But if you have someone helping you with that, it's easy to like get a roadmap and achieve it. Especially when we change our mindsets. And again, if you don't know what like diamond or emerald means, don't worry, because that's all part of your training and you'll get there. It's basically just meaning that you've built a team, that you have a team of people working alongside you. Okay, couple other things. Again, I'm talking so fast. I'm trying to see 5 minutes. Okay. A culture of power. And so this kind of goes in with what I was just saying. We believe we're capable of hard things, and we show up with joy to figure out ways to grow our teams and help more people. Again, shifting that, like, I'm not going to show up to this and these check marks on my daily to-do list with anxiety or frustration or whatever, that every time that I feel that, I can list things I'm grateful for in my life and in this business and shift that to joy, to thank you, God, for helping me have a brain that's smart enough to figure out how to overcome this obstacle, to help me have a brain that helps me figure out how to get to diamond and mentor other people to do the same, so on and so forth. So we want a culture of power on our team, and that's what I see happening, and that's the shift that I feel happening for our team, that we're just like straight up powerful, and there's none of that fear and self-doubt stuff. We don't need to even meddle in that. And therefore, my goal is that we are 2-star diamond team by no later than October 31st. That means that I am a diamond coach and 2 people on this team are diamond coaches, and we hold that for at least 6 weeks. And I was like, when Courtney was talking to us, some of us who are diamond coaches on the team last night, she's like, this is your goal and this is why, and like, go for it. She's like, but if you don't want to go for it, that's fine. Just let me know. And I was like, oh, heck yes, I'm going for it. And so that's my goal. She actually had like a November date, but I was like, I don't even want to go that far. Like, let's just go October 31st. So how do we get there? That means that the first thing you need to do is build a team. Think of people who are in your life, like it could be a friend, it could be a cousin, it could be a coworker or whatever, that you think also has this something special inside of them that makes other people feel empowered and special. And maybe they're really into health and fitness and maybe they're not. Like, that can be learned. I think anything is learnable. I'm looking for like good people who are hardworking. Like, that's kind of, I'm like, if you're a good person and you're hardworking, and you're willing to grow in your health and fitness journey, like, boom, let's go. Let's do this. So that would mean that you start out Emerald and having 2 coaches on your team. And once you are an Emerald coach, you can, I'll just do like a small diamond internship with anyone on this team who wants to. I'm not going to limit it to like 1 a month. I'm just going to say, this is our goal. So we're just going to reach for the stars together. So once you achieve Emerald, you can let me know that you want to push for diamond, and we'll just have a small diamond internship where I'm helping you achieve things and achieve like ranks and helping you with all your business goals. And we can meet one-on-one and we can meet as a group, and we'll have like a message pod. And that's how I plan to get there. Also, I'm planning an Emerald retreat. So any coach who is Emerald, by the time it's, let's say, early October, will have a retreat somewhere. So I have 2 possible locations, and I would be at this point just paying for the place that we stay. You would just need to figure out how to get there. And so stay tuned for that, because I'm going to talk it over with my hubby and see what he thinks and brainstorm a little bit. But I just think the whole team should be there, and I hope they are. I've been on one before, and it was so fun. We were in Oceanside, California for the one I went to, and it was like, whoa. So that's what's coming up. I know I went fast. We've got like 1 minute left till Courtney's team call, but I do want to give, I'm going to stop the share right now. I do want to give people a chance to ask questions or type something in the chat box if you want, if you have anything. Oh, I was even hidden in the background almost. Oh yeah, it was. I see what you wrote now, Sarah. the mission statement. But do you have questions? If you're new, don't feel overwhelmed, please. That's just, it's a good thing to get these words in your mind, even if you don't know what any of them mean. I'm going to unmute everyone if I can. There we go. So if anyone wants anything or has anything to say, go for it.
Are there any suggestions for first starting out? Any advice you guys can give me?
I can let anyone else go first.
I can say something. One thing that they mentioned a lot at Summit was that just like don't hold any doubts or reservations about when you're starting, because what makes, like, you might think that there's a big difference between, if you might not know what like a 5-star diamond means, but there's really no difference between that person and someone who maybe isn't even Emerald yet. So you just literally have to jump in like 100%, and that would honestly be, that's like the most advice that was given at Summit, is like, don't have any reservations, and you are going to get hundreds of no's, and that's just kind of the name of the game.
Mm-hmm.
And you're shooting for those 2 yeses, that you are going to change those people's lives, and that's like what you truly have to believe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it sounds like it starts with you, the way you believe and having confidence.
Mm-hmm. I just added in the chat box one thing that I think Rachel Hollis said. Knowledge isn't power, applied knowledge is power. So everything that you learn, you just go do rather than thinking it and overthinking it and rethinking it. So if you're doing the Boss Babe training, there's a lot in there that each week you do, and then you email me that you achieved it, and then we like have a back and forth conversation. That will also really help you.
Cool.
Yeah. Anything else, you guys, to add to her question? Okay. What I'll do. Oh yeah, in the Teams Set Free chat on Facebook, I did give Courtney's Zoom. Angie, I'm not sure. I tried adding you in that and it wasn't letting me. So I'll text that Zoom number to you if you want to be back. Because I know right now she's planning on talking about how are you going to walk the stage at Summit, which means how are you going to achieve that rank. So we'll hop off this and get on there. And thank you so much for your time. We'll start scheduling some regular meetings. I just need to figure out everyone's schedules, especially with the people who aren't here, and we'll figure that out. So thank you again. Have a wonderful night, and I'll talk to everyone soon. Bye.